As the Brooklyn Nets make their Blake Griffin signing official, the Nets have officially moved past the Los Angeles Lakers on betonline.org as the team, the favorite right now to win the championship this year. It's Nets 1, Lakers are now 2, at 3 the Clippers, at 4 the Utah Jazz, and rounding out the top 5 for odds to win a championship this year with the rosters currently constructed is the Milwaukee Bucks. And let's keep in mind, the Nets might go out and get Andre Drummond as well. If that's the case, they're obviously going to go even higher at 1, right? Ahead of the Lakers and everybody else. If the Lakers are able to get Drummond, maybe they move right back out in front. We will see who signs the services of Andre Drummond. That might be the guy that decides our championship this year. He's over in Cleveland right now. The Cavaliers are going to play it out to the deadline on when they're going to waive him. They would like to trade him, but if they can't, they're going to probably waive him away from that roster. So I want to choose my words carefully for the next few minutes of this video, right? Watch my words. Every word in this video matters. Because I look at myself as somebody who's as unbiased as possible. I got a partner or two of mine that for some odd reason thinks I'm biased toward my Lakers, but I tell them all the time, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. People look at me and say, you're as unbiased as they come. That's why y'all trust your boy. He's just a James Harden fanatic and can't see anything else outside of Harden. But here is my truth. I'm a Laker guy, not necessarily just a LeBron guy, but I'm a Laker fan. LeBron's my top guy. So, hey, man, I like LeBron. But here is my unbiased perspective on who should be the favorite this year. I think the Brooklyn Nets should be the favorite. I think the LeBron James-led Los Angeles Lakers could win a championship, and there will be no excuses if they don't get it done, as long as Anthony Davis can get healthy. That's a big if. AD got to get healthy. I don't think anyone believes LeBron should beat that Nets team with no AD. But again, if AD can get right, it's 3 Hall of Famers versus 2 Hall of Famers. I think that's enough. Look, I just watched that Last Dance documentary over and over again, and I'm watching Michael Jordan with Scottie Pippen barely able to walk. I'm watching Mike in that Last Dance take down the Utah Jazz with Stockton in his prime and Malone, the MVP of the league. So I'm just saying, LeBron, 2 stars, him and AD against the 3 Hall of Famers in Brooklyn. I'm not saying he has to win it, he should win it. I'm just saying he could win it. And again, if he doesn't win it, I don't want to hear that it was 2-star 3. Do something magical, Bron. Like the closest we seen to magical was LeBron coming back down from 3 games to 1 to the Golden State Warriors. My thing is, he probably should have never been in that spot to begin with. LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love against Draymond, Stephen Clay, that's 3 stars or 3 stars. The Cavaliers at the time probably should have never gotten down 3-1. So I don't look at that as just the only, like that ain't just magical to me. It was a great comeback. It's LeBron's best championship, especially when it happened in Cleveland. But still, he probably should have never been down 3 games to 1 to begin with. So I'm thinking if LeBron's able to beat 3 Hall of Famers pretty much all in their prime, I think that's the one where you might even bring that championship up more than the one he did in Cleveland. That would be his most impressive ring. That would be more impressive than the Cleveland ring, the bubble ring, for sure, right? So I'm not saying LeBron and the Lakers got to win it, but if AD's healthy, I mean, no excuses, man. Now, let me play devil's advocate. The Nets should win a championship. The Nets should win it. You know what's funny to me when we talk about LeBron James and his legacy? I love how fans out there, people that don't like LeBron, people that just hate him, I love how they always say, LeBron beat up on the older Boston Celtics. LeBron beat up on the San Antonio Spurs. That's funny, right? Because now it's like he can't win for losing. So if LeBron beats up on the Celtics when those guys are around 35, 36, he should do it. When he beats up on the Spurs, he should do it. When he loses to the Spurs, Bron let those old guys beat up on him, So I only say that to put in perspective this. LeBron's 36 now. He's in year 18. And by the way, he was much healthier in his career. He was in his prime longer than guys like Duncan, Garnett, Pierce, and then I love Ray Allen, but even Ray Allen. So to put that in perspective, should the Nets not be the heavy favorites with 3 Hall of Famers in their prime? Because if it was LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, they got to beat the Celtics. I believe they damn sure should have beat the Mavs, right? Because that was 3 All-Stars, 3 Hall of Famers to Dirk Nowitzki and a couple of possibles. J. Kidd out of his prime, Jason Terry out of his prime. Come on now, they should have won that one. But outside of that, I just feel like, guys, y'all see it one-sided with the LeBron thing here. Kevin Durant, who's around, what is he around, 33, 34? His prime, his real legit prime, coming off of an injury. He's been away from the game of basketball for like damn near a year and a half, and he's healthy. He don't have to play every night. Kyrie, who's been injured, by the way, for the bulk of the last couple years, he's back, healthy, doesn't have to play every night, able to get off days. If LeBron takes an off day, the Lakers are losing to the Sacramento Kings. And you got Harden. I mean, come on now. This is as stress-free of basketball Harden's been able to play in the last decade. And they got Blake Griffin, and they might go get Drummond. So wait, why is no one saying the Nets should be? I'm talking about fans. We see the betting odds agreeing there that the Nets should win it. But why are fans still throwing out this narrative that the Lakers should win it? Why? I don't understand that one to me. LeBron's 36 now. And don't give me that, well, he's the GOAT. First off, number one, Michael Jordan is my GOAT. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do believe LeBron James is the greatest of all time. Let me stand up for those fans real quick. Just because you think somebody's the GOAT doesn't mean you think they're playing their greatest basketball today. I don't think LeBron's playing his greatest basketball in his career today in year 18 with the Lakers. It probably was a couple years ago. Probably was that last year in Cleveland. Probably was that. That was probably the greatest version of LeBron, that last year in Cleveland when they lost to KD and the Warriors. So let me ask you this. Was Michael Jordan the GOAT in Washington? So should Mike have won more with the Wizards? Because that's comparable to where LeBron's at in his career. Remember, Mike took years off, played baseball, sat out, took some breaks. LeBron's got way more minutes than Michael Jordan at this point in his career, more playoff runs, not as many championships, but a lot more minutes, a lot more mileage on that body. So let me ask you this. When Kobe was towards the latter of his career, when the Lakers were starting to fall out of the title contentious picture, should he have still won? I'm asking questions. Should he have beaten certain teams? I just want fairness here. And I don't understand how we don't all come to the same conclusion that the Nets should be the heavy favorites to beat the Lakers. Again, not giving LeBron no excuses. If he doesn't take care of business, it would be a great championship to win. But damn, if LeBron, flip them out with Kevin Durant. If KD was 36, if LeBron was 33 in his prime with Kyrie and Harden and Blake Griffin, the world would be screaming right now that if LeBron James doesn't win a championship, he's the biggest bust of all time. Catch full new episodes of FERRO's music-based platform every day only on YouTube at It's Mr.Taliaferro. You can also find clips, updates, giveaways, and more on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also at It's Mr.Taliaferro. For all basketball fans, make sure you tune in to FERRO's daily highlights, reports, and commentary on YouTube at HoopsFERRO, and even more updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at HoopsFERRO as well.